On a blustery February Saturday afternoon, you are listening live to Section 5 Ladies Basketball. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome from the Arthur L. Baker Gymnasium, home of the Mynderse Academy Blue Devils, where the number one seed, the Mynderse Academy Lady Blue Devils, will be going at it against last year's Class B New York State champion Livonia Bulldogs. Not the same Bulldog team. They have an excellent coach, however. They have one returner, lots of good tradition there, as well as here in Seneca Falls, of course. So it'll be an interesting matchup between these two teams. The winner will move on to the semifinals. And happy to be with you today, Dave Barnick. Happy to have alongside me number 5, Moose Matt Verkey. Matt, good afternoon.
Good to be here, Dave.
Lots of basketball today for you, right?
Yeah, we coming back from Interlaken. We had a 5th, 6th grade girls travel game out in Interlaken, and it was a good game. And now come back and get to watch some sectional Mynderse girls basketball taking on Livonia, as you said, and should be a good game tonight.
Things have been going great for the Mynderse Academy, both boys and girls. Boys had not a breather the other night and a tough road ahead, but focusing on the girls, what has to happen, do you think, for them to be successful today and throughout this tournament?
Well, I think Coach Anderson will tell you that, they're as good as they shoot the ball. They shoot a lot of threes. Heidi Miller draws a lot of attention inside, and it really opens up the perimeter. And they got some really good shooters. They got 4 or 5 girls who can knock down threes. And Haley Case, Schaefer can shoot them. Madison Barnett's an excellent three-point shooter. And then Megan Tilton can really, really shoot the ball. She's kind of a three-point specialist. So, for a girls' team, they can really shoot the ball from the perimeter. Livonia's going to give them some trouble here today. Obviously, defending state championship. They've been there. Their coach has been around for 30 years. They're going to be prepared for this game. So it's an interesting matchup. I like Mynder's chances. We're talented. We've been playing super. In reality, one league loss to Waterloo, which finished towards the bottom. So other than that game, Mynderse, you saw the South Seneca game. They've played pretty well all year.
That game against South Seneca, a loss. I've seen them 3 times. The 2 games against Waterloo actually upset their only league loss of the year. But they laid it out against South Seneca. That was a terrific game between 2 of the area premier teams, both teams giving 110%. South Seneca finally won at home in overtime in a game that could have easily, obviously going into overtime, could have went either way. What I noticed with Mynderse, Heidi Miller, of course, she had that tough knee injury, I think, early last year, came back from it, and rounding into form nicely. But they have, as you said, about 5 other girls. None of them score a bunch of points as far as their point-per-game averages, but they're all in that 6 to 8 point range, complementing Miller's inside game. Miller averaging over 13 points a game, 6th in the Finger Lakes East. And it's not necessarily how goes the Blue Devils, because they do have pretty good balance.
Yeah, they got unbelievable balance. I don't know all the stats, but I would guess she's the only girl that averaged double figures, and I bet you they got 5 or 6, like you said, to average 7 to 10 points, as you got written down right there that I didn't see. But Mynderse is and Miller doesn't necessarily have to score for Mynderse to be successful. She does so much else. She blocks shots, she rebounds. She gets assists. She does a lot of stuff. You see her average 13 points. Nothing spectacular, but she does so much more. And, Jerry really talks about that a lot, just how much attention she draws that opens up some other opportunities for these other girls.
And Jerry, no doubt, happy that as we're talking about that young lady, she's only a junior and they have a good nucleus of players coming back. I was impressed by the Barnett girl, the sophomore, and her shooting ability from the outside against South Seneca, and
she's
in pretty good form.
Yeah, they'll this year obviously they got a great thing going on, but they return a lot. They lose a lot too. Losing a girl like Haley Case, who's really been solid for them this year, and Sarah Schaefer are going to be 2 big losses. But I look for Barnett to step in next year. She could start for this team in reality. She comes off the bench and does a great job. She can knock down threes. She's a good passer, good ball handler. So she's going to be great moving forward. And, looking at tonight's game, It's going to be a good matchup. I look for Mynderse to play pressure man-to-man, get out and run.
You have to think, while this is certainly not the state championship caliber team of a year ago for Karen Schuster's Livonia Bulldogs, she's got 30 years of experience, great success, outstanding tradition. The one returning starter, Morgan Hyde. So you have to think they're going to be playing with a lot of pride. They're not going to get overwhelmed by being in the sectionals. You wouldn't think. Mynderse obviously the favorite at home, but Livonia, not an easy draw.
No, not at all. Anytime you play the defending state champion, they've been there. Maybe these girls weren't necessarily on the floor for a lot of those ball games, but they've been to Hudson Valley. They've seen what kind of competition there's out there. So I don't think they're going to be in awe of this Mynderse team by any means. And I'm sure she scouted them well. She knows her weaknesses. She knows her strength. And they're obviously probably going to try to take Heidi away and defend the three-point line the best they can.
Well,
and it's going to be interesting to see how Mynderse reacts to that.
She told me many years ago she actually has played, or her team had played on this gym while she coached against one Mike Ferrara, who I was telling her Mike will probably be at the game today, as the Ferraras usually are. And, of course, he had those glory teams back in the day with Beth Ann Bradshaw and others. And anyway.
Yeah, Livonia kind of, stings a little for me, too. They beat us in the sectional finals my junior year. One of the few years Livonia was a C school. And they had a great team. They went on to the state finals that year and lost in the state finals. But they took it to us pretty good my junior year.
I think they played Waterloo around that same era. And
a little bit later when they had one of the Downey boys, they beat Waterloo a couple times in sectionals. And, obviously the boys coach, their legendary coach, Mr. Downey, who the Coach of the Year award is now named after. He racked up, I don't know how many wins, 400-something wins at a couple different schools.
I think Livonia and Dansville, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
He, of course,
Tom Downey.
He also interned at South Seneca way back when under Jack Guinan.
My dad and him used to coach Syracuse camp together, and my dad always spoke very highly of him. He obviously a great coach. When you got a Section 5 Coach of the Year award named after you. Did a lot of things and a great guy. And his kicked her and got the Coach of the Year award this year. So really nice tribute. Yeah, really nice tribute
and,
for him.
A little trivia for our listeners. If I'm not mistaken, what do the Verkeys and Downeys have in common, father and son?
Each won sectional titles, state titles.
Are you both not in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
And speaking of that,
his kids were phenomenal players. One went to Canisius and one went to Siena, both Division I players.
You take no back seat.
Yeah.
You were probably priming me for that, weren't you? We're about ready for the start of the starting lineups along with the national anthem, which we're going to keep it here for the national anthem. We expect to be sung by Nicole Sawartzky.
Yeah, she's singing all year. She does a great job.
Livonia, clad in their royal blue with orange numerals. I think that's orange and not red, isn't it? Or is it
It's
red?
orange.
Yeah. Not a particularly tall team, although Hyde listed at 5'9", and they do have a 5'10" freshman, Vanessa Galbraith, who starts. The other three starters, Sydney Lockwood, Hannah Donnelly, and Maddie Herzog. So it'll be a quarterfinal game. The winner of today's game will go on to play the winner of the Whalen-Cohocton Mid-Lakes versus Bath Haverling Pelmac. Newark Hornell, excuse me. That was the other side of the bracket. We'll repeat that a couple of times today. didn't mention, besides the outstanding performance by Nicole Sawartzky with the singing of our national anthem, really good crowd on hand this Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, full bleachers. It looked like Livonia traveled pretty well. I expected that. They usually do. And, one thing in this class that was a big upset was Newark knocking out Aquinas.
Yes.
Aquinas handed South Seneca their only loss of the year. So I know both these coaches were pretty happy to see Newark, I think a 12 seed upset the 4 seed.
A lot of upsets. Of course, you get the rankings based on are sometimes suspect, although not in Aquinas' case. They had a fine team.
Yeah, Aquinas was good. I thought they were the favorite in the bracket.
Now South Seneca is playing Avon today, and we expect to be getting scoring reports on that game throughout the course of this game. And this game, of course, can be streamed and watched. Tomorrow we have Jason Hunt on camera. His brother Jeremy broke curfew last night and was not allowed out of the house.
Is that what happened? I believe it.
Something like that. Jimson Akropi, of course, our fearless leader, is here getting us set up at our usual spot at the Arthur L. Baker Gymnasium corner, just on the end of the bench of Livonia, the visiting team. Starting lineups have been introduced. Haley Case, Hannah Brown-Trice, Sarah Schaefer, Megan Tilton, and Heidi Miller, the 5'11" junior and leading scorer and rebounder for Mynderse. And let's see, the boys play Tuesday?
Wednesday. They got a doubleheader, so they got early college, which is going to be a tough matchup for them. Early college got 2,000-point scores. I don't think we have game time set on those yet, do we, for them? Who plays early, do you know? Newark. So Newark's got the early game. Newark versus Livonia.
Early college doesn't play early?
Oh, early college. Early college Mynderse is the early game, and then Newark will play Livonia in the later game. And really, for being the one, I think Mynderse kind of got the tougher draw there because Livonia struggled to get past Penn Yan. 37-36, I think, was the final of that game. And early college, beat Hornell by 15, 20 points. And Finger Lakes 1 will be up there live doing both those games. So you can tune in and watch them both not watch them both that night, but listen in that night. We're used to kind of doing live video, but Section 5 boys doesn't allow that. So you can tune in and catch a broadcast.
And then watch it
live later real early next morning and later
or anytime that favors you. We're about set here. Dave Barnick along with Matt Verkey, Jimson Akropi, and again Jason Hunt.
I'll tell you, for a freshman, Vanessa Galbraith, she's
put together.
She's all 5'10", and that's good build on her.
Mynderse has the basketball winning the tap, and we are underway from Seneca Falls, and they're going to slow things down initially. And this is Schaefer with the ball.
And Livonia's in a 2-3 zone, it looks like.
Miller turnaround from the elbow, swish.
Good start for Mynderse. No problem in that zone. Got a great look from Miller.
Good patience on that offensive set.
Yeah, Mynderse starts out in straight man, it looks like.
Miller, not an easy shot, that little tweener from about 12 foot out.
It looked like Livonia might have been in some sort of matchup zone because they were moving girls in and out. It wasn't just a straight 2-3.
And trouble inbounding. They finally do get it inbounding, and this is Maddie Herzog with it, with the shocking blonde hair. Dribbles to the right side, little bounce pass, give and go inside, but she lost it out of bounds. Now, who is sitting next to your dad in the far corner?
That's my wife.
Jody.
The
former
correct.
Jody Doctor
Correct.
from a great basketball family in Seneca Falls as well. Miller, they break the press, down court open, little head fake, stop and pop. Oh, misses the chippy, but Mynderse with a rebound and they'll reset.
Yeah, Mynderse doing a nice job breaking the press, but Hannah Brown-Trice missed a little chippy.
Good patience as they work it around the perimeter. Little jump pass inside. Miller laying it up and in, and a really pretty pass from Schaefer.
Yep.
The one pass to get when you're having more than one.
Yeah, Mynderse looking to run here.
4-0 early. The bomb from outside won't go. That was Case's attempt.
She's been great for Mynderse all year. Really steady player.
inside, the freshman for Livonia, and we got a little bump foul against Mynderse. Trying to see who that was. I believe that was
Case
Haley Case.
So in Livonia starting two freshmen tonight. Galbraith and Sydney Lockwood are both freshmen.
One would think Herzog, the senior, who handles a lot of the ball, handling chores out front, has had probably a fair amount of experience coming up for Coach Karen Schuster's team. Inside, the freshman has it, looking, popping, and gets the roll, and the first points of the afternoon.
That's Morgan Hyde, junior.
Oh, that's their lone returning starter. Nice move inside. They have something of a Twin Towers, and here's a steal by Hyde. Slows it up, looks for help. And now they'll back it out front again, and a Mynderse foul.
That was Schaefer.
4-2 your score, just a couple of minutes into quarter number 1 of the quarterfinal game here in Seneca Falls. Mynderse at home versus Livonia. Having trouble getting it in, they just do. Driving the lane, throwing it up, no, but a foul. Hyde with a strong take to the hole, and she'll go to the line for a pair.
Yeah, and Mynderse with 3 quick fouls, all by different girls, luckily. But that, obviously, Coach Anderson doesn't want to see these girls pick up their second, and that one was on Miller, she's the one girl who they really can't afford to get in foul trouble. But after a rough start, Livonia settling in here a little bit.
First free throw clings off the rim, no good. She'll have another. Great to be out for Section 5 basketball. We have to fit a little conversation about the orange in today, too,
sure.
Matt. Second shot, good. And it's a 4-3 game with 5:45 remaining. And some pressure. Mynderse breaks it. Over the timeline is Schaefer. Down low, they find Hannah Brown-Trice. Now they'll work it around the perimeter. Open three ball. No. Tapped up, but Livonia comes away with it, and they look to run. Driving. Left-handed layup. Yes. Nice move by Hyde. She appears to be the real deal.
She got all 5
for Karen Schuster's team.
Livonia extending that zone out a little bit, applying some half-court pressure.
And the visitors have the first lead of the afternoon. Inside, Miller on the arm, got hacked, no call, but she lays it up and in. And all the scoring by 2 girls so far.
We could just take everybody off and let them play one-on-one maybe. But, Livonia doesn't seem to have an answer for Miller early on, and, Mynderse doesn't have the answer for Hyde.
Hyde with some nice moves as she takes it inside.
That last one, she went coast to coast, used her left hand, a great shot.
Livonia bottled up a little bit. Now on the right wing, lost out of bounds off them. Yep, it'll be Mynderse ball. Mynderse wearing their white home uniforms, dark blue jerseys. We're looking forward at halftime to having a short interview with the boys' varsity coach at Mynderse, Patrick Prane. Inside feed, pretty pass. Miller to Hannah Brown-Trice for the land. 8-5 Mynderse. Lockwood with it that's Herzog with it out front. And a nice soft touch on the baseline. Hyde again. All 7 of the Bulldogs' points. And a really pretty move. Good ball movement. Open 3 ball. Mynderse short.
That's a good shot for Mynderse. Tilton usually knocks those down. 0 for 2 so far tonight, so hopefully she can get going.
Hyde with it. Actually, for those who remember the late and great longtime baseball manager, primarily with the Cardinals and the Royals, we might call Herzog Whitey Herzog. Has the lay-in, and was that once again?
That was
Lockwood, the freshman that time. Again, interior defense has not worked out too well so far for Mynderse against this Livonia team who have come to play.
Yeah, and Coach Anderson can't really be happy because they're just driving the ball to the basket and really getting layups for the most part tonight. And, for a freshman, that was a great take by Lockwood.
Shot clock down to 4. They get it into Miller, and she gets bumped bailed out really with only 3 on the shot clock as she got bumped from behind. And Mynderse will inbound with a fresh shot clock underneath her own basket, and Miller will look to do so. She sports jersey number 22.
And Mynderse will get this in and then.
Oh, she bounced it off a Livonia player whose back was to her, the old trick, and laid it in. Pretty heads-up play by Miller. Turnaround jumper the other way is in with the answer by Hyde. The Hyde
I'm running
and
out
Miller
of room
show.
under both their boxes here in the first quarter.
And we got a Mynderse timeout. And we'll take a timeout, and we'll keep it right here with 2:42 remaining, and we got ourselves a ball game here early, Matthew.
Yeah, Coach Anderson met Sarah Schaefer at about half court, and I don't think he's real happy with her defense right now. Schaefer's assigned Hyde, which is a tough assignment, obviously, and Hyde, which she got 9 points already. So they're going to have to slow her down if they're going to advance here today.
Yeah, Miller. Let's talk while we have a second too. Again, just to repeat, Heidi looked to inbounds. The defender had her back to her. She bounced it off the back of that player from Livonia, picked up the ball and laid it in. A heads-up play.
Smart play.
I remember that
you don't
from
see it
some
work.
old rec league games.
You don't see it work too often because it's got to really come right back to you, but she did a good job with it. Smart play. So looks like they're in a 1-3-1 now, Livonia is.
This is kind of a coach's dream if you're Mynderse in some respects. He's got plenty to complain about defensively and get on the kids about, but he's got to be delighted by Miller's fast start. High arcing shot, short, and the basketball comes right over near us, out of bounds. And I'm not sure who lofted that one.
That was Schaefer.
Might have been Schaefer, yeah.
Not her strong suit necessarily, shooting threes. She's more of a slasher, but she can knock them down.
So Maddie Herzog with the basketball.
And Mynderse got out of there man-to-man, looking to maybe contain Hyde a little bit better in the zone, and switched up to a 2-3 zone.
And right now it's the basketball on the perimeter for Livonia as they try to figure things out. They bounce it inside. Nice head fake, and the ball's knocked out of bounds as Galbraith tried to make the move.
I think you see it early on, what we talked about earlier. Livonia's well coached. They don't force it. They get good shots. They know what they're doing against man-to-man and zone. Mynderse going to have their hands full here.
Our first substitutions, multiple substitutions on the court. Yeah, and again, bears repeating several times, both for the knowledge of our audience, but also in respect to the program Livonia has, as Herzog's desperation heave as the clock was running out is no good. And here comes Mynderse. They are defending state champions.
Yeah. And I don't think that's a big deal, I think.
Here's the outside shot, back irons, rebound. Miller finds help, lost it, scramble, bodies on the floor. 2-on-1 break for Livonia, and the layup goes up and blocked by Mynderse. Schuster wanted the foul. We're a long ways away, but I was kind of wondering how it could not have been a foul.
It kind of looked like she might have got her. But, the refs right there got a better angle than we do. But it looked like a foul from here.
And
Schuster does like how they took it to the basket, though. That was Maddie Barnett who checked in the game, who missed that last three for Mynderse.
Miller with it, and she got hacked, I think, going by.
That's the freshman for Livonia, Sydney Lockwood, who may have been fouled at the other end.
One thing I like is all the large pictures of the Lady Blue Devils underneath the far side basket.
Sure.
Here's the heave from three, no good. So Mynderse cool from the outside so far. They press, come away with a turnover, scramble for it. Now Herzog has it the other way, and a reach and foul on the Blue Devils, Madison Barnett, the sophomore in the game. Yeah,
it's a bad foul. You're 90 feet from the hoop. A little frustrated, I think, at missing a couple of shots here early, and she reached in. And, we'll put Livonia in the bonus at 5 if Mynderse commits another foul here this quarter.
So with the basketball and under a minute to play in the first quarter, Livonia leads 11-10. A little soft shot from the lane is no good. The teardrop, scramble for it. Who's got it? Mynderse. Good hustle. I think that was Tilton who came away with it. Coming down the other way is Schaefer, dribbling the ball near midcourt. They work the perimeter. Now Miller at the foul line. Open shot, Tilton, high arcing shot won't go. And Livonia the other way. Herzog will bring it back out.
Livonia's going to hold shot clock. There's about a 1 second differential, about 20 seconds to go on the shot clock and the game.
Again, a 1 point lead for Livonia. A lot of double team as Herzog put on a dribbling display, then finally threw it away, and here comes Mynderse with time.
Not sure what they're doing there.
5 seconds, could have been called for steps. And again, Karen Schuster saw what I saw. It sure looked like the Mynderse player traveled.
Yeah, she caught it and turned. The Livonia defender was right on her. She might have shuffled her feet quickly.
Instead, 3.3 seconds left in the quarter, and Mynderse will inbound. And they nearly lost it. Will they get a shot off? I don't think so. Not in time, as this first quarter has ended with the underdog visiting defending state champion Livonia Bulldogs in front, 11-10. Back with second quarter action after this.
This live presentation of Section 5 postseason basketball is brought to you thanks to the continued support of Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. And Theriscar, a dye-free, fragrance-free, medical-grade product that improves the appearance of scars and aids in the treatment of cuts, burns, acne, eczema, and psoriasis. Learn about the benefits of Theriscar at 5starmedicalcorp.com. And Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team, who share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod online at littlejohnortho.com.
$11-10, Matt, your score after one. Mynderse trailing by a point. They got off to a quick start, but Livonia had the answers.
Well, you know, the scary thing for Mynderse is, you know, we talked about their three-point shooting, and they haven't made one yet. They're 0 for 6 and really got some really good looks. So, you know, hopefully they can get going and knock a couple down here.
And they extend their defense out to midcourt. Open, Herzog, shot from the corner won't go. Rebound inside Livonia, no. Tapped up, and Miller has it. Clears the iron, looks for help. She's going to bring it down court herself.
That was Hyde with the rebound and almost finished it, but had it rim out.
Mynderse will set with Kayla Snyder at the point. She has the basketball on the wing. Corner shot won't go by Hannah Brown-Trice. And Herzog, again, the ball-handling senior.
Yeah, she's doing a good job. She's handling that pressure pretty good.
Driving, stopping, tied up high, turnaround jumper short. Good looks by Livonia.
Yeah, Mynderse kind of getting lucky. Hyde had two real good looks last two times down and just didn't make them. And I'm guessing those are shots that Hyde usually knocks down.
Mynderse on the perimeter. Good defense by Livonia. Harassing. Inside feed, pretty move. Can't get it to go. Schaefer shot was no good, and here comes the Bulldogs the other way. Driving through the lane, and the Euro step and the bucket off the glass is good by Hyde again. On fire with 9 first-half points.
Well, she gets it. She's going right to the hole. I mean, she doesn't even look to pass, really, and she's done a great job so far.
Here's Miller the other way and gets the roll. Almost curled out, and Livonia wants a timeout. We'll keep it right here. We'll mention some of our fine sponsors. We're so grateful to be bringing you Section 5 basketball, Generations Bank. They're located in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. And you can check them out also on mygenbank.com. And Theriscar, which is a dye-free, fragrance-free, medical-grade product that improves the appearance of scars and aids in the treatment of burns, cuts, acne, eczema, and psoriasis. Learn about the benefits of Theriscar at 5starmedicalcorp.com. And Dr. Littlejohn, his outstanding orthodontic team, they share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn, a proud sponsor of high school sports.
Coach Schuster just lit up the Livonia team a little bit. Not real happy with the defense. They're in that 1-3-1, and Heidi caught it wide open underneath a few times, and she's not real thrilled with it.
Here's an air ball as the bomb went up no good by
the freshman
Lockwood of Livonia, and here comes Miller and the Blue Devils the other way. Cross court, open three ball, won't go by Snyder. And again, ice cold and a Mynderse foul. Ice cold from the outside for Mynderse here in the first half.
Yeah, you look at it, they got 12 points. Heidi Miller's got 10, pretty much all on layups. And just nothing falling from the outside. And, I've mentioned it a couple times. Coach Anderson says they live and die kind of by that three-point shot.
So they really are dependent on Heidi Miller today.
Yeah,
so far.
Yeah. And they've been bad turnover there by Livonia. Just really an unforced error.
Livonia threw the ball away near midcourt, and a very active Karen Schuster you might be able to hear in the background. Inside feed, Miller dips, bounce pass, should have probably went up with it, but Mynderse comes away with it on the other side. They work it on the perimeter. This is Miller, top of the key. Zips it inside, and a bump. The basket or shot will not count as Haley Case received the pass and was bumped.
Yeah, and I think Coach Anderson will agree. When Heidi Miller gets the ball 2 feet from the basket, she needs to go up with it. A nice look, but I'm sure he'd rather have her shoot it.
Plus a tough pass to handle with that hard bounce pass in close. And here's the steal. Herzog the other way. Breaking away down court is Donnelly. Donnelly lay it up and in. Herzog with the quick hands in the steal and got the assist. And Livonia up by 3. Cross-court pass. The defending Class B champions hanging on to that championship title.
Snyder with another missed three.
And here comes the Bulldogs the other way. Double teamed, but they get it over the 10-second line. And then we have a whistle and a foul inside.
I think they got Snyder that time.
Donnelly
11.
was the Livonia player with the basketball.
I think that foul was on Trice. They're not putting them up on the. Oh, there it is. Yeah, hand-about Trice with a foul.
Snyder comes out, and re-entering the contest, Megan Tilton. Someone needs to find the range from the outside for Jerry Anderson's team. Here's a blocked shot, and
Livonia doing a nice job with their pressure. It's Mynderse is having they're breaking it, but they're having trouble with it a little bit.
And the Livonia faithful unhappy with some of the calls here, thinking that, and the last prior out-of-bounds play went off against.
It's like Livonia's kind of doing a 1-2-1-1 kind of press here. And Mynderse has scored out of it a few times, but Livonia's also got some steals out of it.
And here's nearly another steal. Going to the floor trying to get the loose ball was a Livonia player, but Mynderse retains possession. Bounce pass kind of forced 2 players there. I'm not sure who that was intended for. And here comes Herzog the other way for Livonia. 15-12. It started like, I was kind of wondering the first couple of minutes, Matt, are we going to have a tight game or not? And Livonia says yes, and a good shot, but a tough miss by Hyde. But Livonia gets a fresh shot clock, and we'll start over again.
And Hyde's a guard, but she's really lanky. She gets to that hole, and she's kind of awkward steps and stuff, but she's scoring a ton of points early here.
They lead 15-12, midway point, second quarter. The shot from outside by Herzog is a trifecta that's good. Her first points of the afternoon, and a 6-point lead for Livonia. A shot from the baseline, no. Mynderse with a deep rebound.
And Mynderse really, they haven't hit anything outside of 2 feet.
And look, they're practically double and sometimes triple teaming Miller.
I think Mynderse going to have to lean on Heidi a little bit more tonight. She's got to touch that ball. She seems to be the only one who can do anything.
And the other hand, Schuster saying, and a nice soft 6-footer swish.
HBT.
For HBT, her second hoop, 4 points in the game. Mynderse still trails by 4. But I think Schuster's saying, you guys are going to have to prove to us, as a long bomb won't go by Livonia, that someone besides Miller can beat us. Nice move. Driving to the lane. Yes! And it counts. Sarah Schaefer with a cross step. Really nice little fake. Took it to the lane, drew the foul, and will shoot one to try to convert
And
a
that's,
three-point play.
That's her game there. Open court, nice hesitation move, went in, drew the foul, and threw it in.
You can hear, again, Karen Schuster very active on the sideline instructing her players. And the shot from the foul line, nothing but the bottom of the net for Sarah Schaefer. And we got a 1-point game. They were down 6 all of a sudden, and momentum clearly was on the side of Livonia.
Yeah, nice little shot by Hannah Brown-Trice, hit about an 8-footer, and then Schaefer in the open court with a nice taking it to the basket and drawing the foul for the conventional 3-point play.
And Herzog got bumped. Mynderse got away with one. Her shot was missed. She got hit from the back, actually. Here comes Mynderse the other way. Livonia gets back nicely defensively, and now they're falling into a zone of some sort. Out front, Mynderse moving the ball around, zipping it, open 3-footer. Won't go by Tilton. She gets it back off the fine feet and efforts of Schaefer. And Tilton gets the bucket, and Mynderse in front.
I think that was Trice, Hannah Brown-Trice with the bucket, I believe. I think it was 11.
All right. But a good move inside, I think, by Schaefer to keep it alive and get the ball to her.
She does a lot.
Ball knocked out of bounds near midcourt. We're 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from halftime. 19-18, Mynderse in front, but Livonia with a basketball.
I think if Mynderse can get a couple threes to fall, really open things up in the middle for Heidi.
Herzog feeling it. Yes! From 3 in the deep left corner. Her second 3 ball. First quarter, I didn't even know if she was going to look to shoot.
Yeah, she's a senior. She's been on varsity for 3 years, so, she's experienced.
Inside feed knocked away and a steal. Turnover on Mynderse, and they call. Oh, my. The Livonia faithful unhappy with that call. As Livonia came away with the turnover, the player, Hyde, fell down, and she got called for the travel. Livonia faithful right there thinking that should have been a foul on Mynderse. You may have heard Schuster say that's terrible. Miller inside. What do we got? A foul before the shot, I believe. By the way, a first quarter score after 1 in South Seneca. The Falcons leading Avon in a very physical game, according to Joe Brewer, my good friend who sent me that score. 13-5 South Seneca.
Yeah, I think South Seneca is going to cruise in that one. And interesting note, I was just informed that the Newark girls are down 10 right now. So depending on that's who the winner of this game is going to play. Winner of Newark, and who's Newark playing? Hornell. So Hornell up early in that one.
Mynderse had an opening inside, but Barnett didn't try it. And
Heidi Miller.
Miller again from about 15. Her first bucket, I think, in the second quarter after 10 first quarter points. And we're knotted at 21. A minute to play. Fast-moving first quarter. That time Herzog shot no good. Going down to the floor for it, Haley Case. Here comes Mynderse.
Herzog's looking to shoot every chance she gets now after being quiet in the first.
Inside, thrown away. It'll be Livonia basketball. 21. Blackjack, 21.
And, that's just kind of an unforced error. And they had Heidi Miller wide open, and Tilton just missed her. They got to connect on that because that's going to be 2 points.
Like to remind our audience that this game listened to right now but can be viewed tomorrow or anytime in the future via streaming on Finger Lakes 1. Now to 30 seconds left in the quarter. Livonia has it. 15 on the shot clock. What do we got? A whistle.
It's
and a pushing foul.
Yeah, they got Megan Tilton coming over the back.
Fast-moving ball game, Matt.
Yeah, not a lot of foul shots. A lot of fouls, but not a lot of shots have been taken from the foul line.
Fresh shot clock. They may just hold it for the final shot.
Looks like it's synced up again pretty much. I'm surprised the shot clock's even on.
Try to go in either ahead or no worse than a tie if you're Livonia.
15 to go here, 15 seconds, tied at 21.
So not a bad team. They're 11-9 is the record in the Livingston County League. 5 seconds left before halftime. Nifty move up and under and in. Lockwood at the buzzer scores. And Livonia psyched as they go into their halftime locker room, leading 23-21.
This live presentation of Section 5 postseason basketball is brought to you thanks to the continued support of Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. And Therascar, a dye-free, fragrance-free, medical-grade product that improves the appearance of scars and aids in the treatment of cuts, burns, acne, eczema, and psoriasis. Learn about the benefits of Therascar at 5starmedicalcorp.com. And Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team, who share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod online at littlejohnortho.com. And by your local AFLAC representative, Joe Calarco. AFLAC, when life changes for you or a loved one, it can change everything, but AFLAC can help make sure the life you live is the life you never stop living. Learn more at aflac.com or contact Joe Calarco at 315-253-0495. And Red's Place, serving great lunches and dinners daily in downtown Seneca Falls. Awesome daily specials, homemade soups, and the best burgers and wings in Seneca County. Check out Red's Place on Facebook for their full menu and daily specials. Finger Lakes Construction is the #1 post frame builder in New York State, providing complete building packages for a wide range of construction, including personal, commercial, municipal, and agricultural. Visit them online at fingerlakesconstruction.com. Finger Lakes Partners, insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community with offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor. Visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Farrar Lumber has been delivering the highest quality service to area contractors and homeowners in the Finger Lakes since 1959. Start planning your next kitchen or bath remodeling project at farrarlumber.com. Next time you head out to see a movie, make it at the Omen Theater in downtown Lyons. You'll love relaxing in the modern renovated theater that has the old-fashioned charm and character the original house first opened in 1915. See what's playing this week at omentheater.com. Jimmers Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Stevers Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmers Auto and Stevers Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. And Penny's Place Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Check out their menu at pennysplacerestaurant.com.
We are at halftime. A surprising score to some, I would say. 23-21 Livonia in this quarterfinal Section 5 Class B tournament game between the ladies from each respective school. Of course, as we've mentioned a few times, Karen Schuster's club from Livonia, defending Class B champions. I have with me two of the starting quintet from the 1992 state championship team of Mynderse. Matt Verkey and Patrick Prain, the head coach of the league champion Mynderse Academy, the Blue Devils. Pat, nice to have you with us.
Thanks, Dave.
It's
good to be here.
My pleasure. And I have a challenge before we get into anything else. And I'm going to ask each of you if we can get Corsi, maybe Bill Grant, Jerry Anderson to chip in at least $10 each. And see who else would be willing to chip in. I would also chip in. I think it's time after 25 years that they replace those signs touting your state championship team.
The street signs?
Yeah, I see one across from the chiropractic college, and after 25 years, unlike your jump shot that'll never fade, Matt, the sign is fading somewhat. So just an idea I thought I'd throw out there.
We'll bring
today.
it up at the next town board meeting, see what we can do. All right?
We'll do that. We'll have to get Scott Smith back to town. Actually, the one that Matt has in his bedroom, it looks great. It's in mint condition.
Yeah, along with the different New York State road signs that he's accumulated over the years. Pat, you stepped in a tough situation, but with a solid team.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that transition, how it's going in your ball club.
Well, I mean, my second year with the team, I'm also familiar with most of the team from AAU the last 4 years. So I've had many of these kids since they were in 7th grade. So the transition, although a little different for the kids, I think it went as smoothly as could it be expected. We're still rolling. We're still playing. Kids are playing hard. Last night was just a gutsy win against a very tough Greece Odyssey team. They were tough.
Yeah, I agree. That's a tough draw for the quarterfinal game. Pretty athletic team, shot it well. At first they were throwing in everything. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
But I thought you guys did a great job, especially your 2 senior guards, Anderson and Jones, really stepped up and played well. And I know, have you been working with the kids on their free throws? Because down the stretch,
I believe that was Coach Alessio.
Oh, okay.
That's his role, or free throws. And so
although it didn't really hurt you because you kept getting the rebound, missing and getting the rebound. So.
Yeah, right. 12 of 28.
Well, speaking of
is that where you were from the free throw
12
line?
of 28. I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad until I saw the book.
Speaking of a tough matchup, not exactly a cakewalk coming up this week. A tough matchup again, right?
No, we've got some work to do. So I mean that's.
What do you know about the early college team?
Similar style. They're tough. They're city, aggressive. They got size.
2,000-point scorers.
Yeah, exactly.
And I forget the other kid's name, but they're it's gonna be a good game. They play. You guys played them last year and beat them 42-40 here.
Yeah.
So kind of know each other a little bit.
The Jake Mean in the stands game that was.
That's right.
Up in the stands.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. That bucket as the clock ran out was the only field goal we had in the entire fourth quarter.
Lulled them asleep.
That was part of our plan.
But it's just not easy. People expectations. I know at South Seneca with the ladies, people are just saying, "Oh yeah, they're just going to win it again." Well, I think they probably should breeze through the sectionals, but you don't know what's out there. The other leagues, who you're going to match up in.
That's why they play the games.
That's right.
And, early college is no slouch. If Mynderse able to win that game, it'll be a great victory. Nothing's easy. You're in the final 4-year class now. I don't think there's any easy games moving forward. No. And Mynderse is, he's got a good team. They're solid. If they can hit some threes and rebound the ball, I think they'll be all right.
So if you were strictly unbiased and look at that matchup, do you see yourselves not even though the higher seed, but not necessarily the favorite?
That could be. I mean, I think we're still the favorite, right? We've taken some shots this year. We've been down in games, and we just find a way to win.
You had a great regular season.
Great regular season. 19-1. I mean, that's pretty darn good. And so, these kids, last night Brett Anderson comes out and just has, the Brett that we all know. And, we know he can play like that. He got a little, little confidence back, and I think we're rolling right now. We really are. And so we could come out now. So we got past Greece Odyssey, and I think that'll give us a tremendous confidence boost, right?
Now,
so
we
can play with teams like that, not Finger Lakes East style. Right.
And having a game like that is going to help you Wednesday night.
Absolutely.
Seeing their,
Absolutely.
Odyssey had some good athletes, quick, and it was a game. You guys were down. I don't think you took your first lead until the fourth quarter, I believe. Obviously, you don't like playing those tight ones, but when you win them, you build from there.
Yep.
And it's only going to help you going forward.
Yeah, we know we have to work on, right? So
now we're at halftime of the girls' game. 23-21, Mynderse down by 2 points. One of your former teammates, of course, once a teammate, always a teammate, Jerry Anderson. If you're in his shoes, what are you telling your girls at halftime they need to do in the second half? I'll ask each of you that.
I think Mynderse, they need to stop penetration. Livonia was able to get to the hole a little bit. I know Coach Anderson's not happy with that. They had some drives where the girl went coast to coast. Stop that and make some threes. They're wide open. They just got to go in. You can't coach that, obviously. They just got to happen.
Just let it flow a little bit, too. Maybe forcing a little bit. They looked overly calm at times.
Dave, I got to ask you, do you remember the game that Pat and I combined for 66?
How many assists did you have that game?
Or ever.
Come on now. Come on.
No, a very underrated passer.
Well,
very underrated passer.
Pat, we want to wish you and the Mynderse
Thank you.
Academy boys the best of luck and congratulate you and the team on their great successes so far as we head into the second half here. Good luck this week coming, and I hope you go a long, long way.
So do we.
Good
All right,
luck,
thanks,
buddy.
guys.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, bye-bye.
And as most people in the Finger Lakes have said, we always knew it would be Jerry and Pat succeeding, not those other three guys.
That's right.
All kidding aside, a great group, one of my favorite, if not the favorite, all-time teams that I've had the pleasure to broadcast over these many fine years. As 23-21 the score here, and Mynderse in a dogfight.
Yeah, it is. And, I think coming into it, you kind of thought it might happen, just given Livonia's history and how well coached they are. And, and then watching them play here, they got some girls who can play. This isn't an easy draw for Mynderse by any means.
And they missed the opening inside shot. I think that might have been Miller. At any rate, here comes Livonia with the basketball and the 2-point lead. Inside, nice move, high off the window and
that's
through.
The freshman.
Look out below for Vanessa Galbraith, her first bucket of the afternoon, and a 4-point lead, and pressure showing here by Livonia.
Yeah, and that's after.
And a steal. Herzog might have been called for a double dribble there, but quick hands. Herzog showing impressive play, but now here's a throwaway by Livonia.
A little sloppy here for Mynderse early. They need to settle down and get some good shots. There's Miller.
Miller. It's Miller time.
That was
Mynderse.
She took it from the 3-point line, one dribble, and shot a runner, and nothing but net. Nice move.
She has shown all league qualities here this afternoon, leading her team. They're within 2, but Livonia very poised. Some bumping from behind, no foul. Stop, look, tough pass, but handled. Loose ball, who's got it? Throwing it up off the glass, no. Didn't hit the rim, so there'll be a shot clock violation.
I tell you, Dave, if you watch Schaefer and Hyde go at it, and a lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of hands, and I look for one of them to pick up a foul here because they are really, really getting on each other.
And at this next whistle, I'll give you the halftime score at South Seneca. Nice against the press, Mynderse. Yet to hit a 3 ball this afternoon, while Maddie Herzog has a pair of them. Here's the foul. There it is. That's all we had to do is say it. Haley Case with a trifecta.
She's been big for him all year. She's a great shooter, very heady player. Maybe not the most athletic girl, but she's had a great year.
And the hometown team retakes the lead 26-25. Herzog tries to answer. Bang! She buries the trifecta. She is impressive here, Matt.
That's her third 3 of the game.
Against pressure, Mynderse breaks it nicely. They find Miller looking cross court, feeding it over to Schaefer, driving the lane, rolls around the rim 360 degrees and goes through. Knotted at 28. What a ball game here, early third quarter. And Livonia wants and calls the timeout. Matt, from Ovid, South Seneca not cruising, but they do lead at halftime 22-10 over Avon.
Yeah, a little tighter than I would have thought. 12-point game, low-scoring game, but I still expect South Seneca to win that one handily. But here, both teams are picking up the defensive intensity. This, I think this is going to come down to the wire here. Neither team really letting up. And Herzog, really with a big 3 there, is Mynderse kind of had some momentum going. She came down and drilled another 3. She got a really quick release.
Right after the thing that impressed me, right after Mynderse with that little rush and their first 3 of the game, Herzog, cool as the other side of the pill, knocking down the 3. And she has it now. The game knotted at 28, 5:15 remaining third quarter. Inside low post. Wanting it back, but Miller anticipated, stepped forward and stole it, and then a reach-in foul is going to go against Sydney Lockwood. One of the freshmen starting. You know, Livonia, they're not dead yet this year for sure. The future looks pretty bright.
Yeah, with Lockwood and Galbraith, two pretty big girls that are both aggressive.
And Hyde, who had the big first half,
she'll
junior.
Be
back.
Yeah, they're going to be good next year.
Open three-pointer.
There we
go. Melgan Tilton. And Haley Case may have just taken the lid off the hoop, and now Tilton comes through with one.
And, and Mynderse was getting those same shots in the first half, just missing them. So, lid's kind of come off the hoop a little bit here, and it might open up things a little bit more for Heidi inside as well.
And let's see if Livonia can keep pace. Hyde with it. We got a whistle and a Mynderse foul. 31-28, 4.5, and I think Jerry Anderson wants and gets a timeout. Want to thank all our sponsors here on Finger Lakes 1. We have a doubleheader of action coming Monday night from Bloomfield. East Rochester versus Calmum. And Lions, I can't read my own writing. Geneseo.
And
well, congratulations to Zach Young in a big win debuting in
he kind of caught a break being the 4 seed because Geneseo's the 8 seed and they beat the number 1 seed. So, who knows if it's a break or not, but obviously you avoid playing the number 1 seed, a team, I forget who the number 1 was there, but they had 2 or 3 losses. And so, Lions kind of catching a break, and sometimes that's what you need in sectionals. And, we kind of like Lions' chances going in, and they rolled Bloomfield last night. Or Byron Burgeon.
Well,
they were up 34-4 at the end of the first quarter.
Livonia inbounds, trailing by 3. Right in front of us, the open 3 from the corner. No, it's just inside the three-point line. And I think that was
another freshman.
Lauren Connor?
Yeah.
With the hoops. 31-30. Speaking of Zach Young, we'll get that in a moment. Mynderse trying to answer. They lead by a point. Miller's drive to the hole, no, but she draws contact and will shoot a pair. Want to congratulate Zach's dad, Jim. Wish him a long and happy and prosperous retirement, as I saw Zach's parents recently. And must be a little blood, perhaps, as the official calls a timeout.
Yeah, I think Heidi got scratched on the arm that time or something or other because, let's see, they're getting out a Band-Aid, it looks like.
31-30, 4:11 remaining. Finger Lakes 1. Again, listening to the game, I hope, and you can view it tomorrow thanks to the expert work of Jim Sinacropi and cameraman extraordinaire Jason Hunt. And the weather changed kind of swiftly here, didn't it?
Yeah, we got home from Interlaken, and we were wearing shorts and T-shirts and went to come here, and my wife said temperature's dropping, and, we kind of knew it was coming, just didn't know this quickly.
Well, me and my buddies got rained and lightninged off the golf course, but we did get 7 holes in, and any holes in February is a good thing.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So, in upstate New York, they play some golf. Looks like Heidi Miller had to change her jersey, I believe. Yeah, she's now wearing number 34.
Paul Pierce. So she'll wear the jersey number of the captain and the truth. Number 34, Paul Pierce. She'll be at the line for 2. Her team leads 31-30.
Pretty interesting they just have an extra jersey around. I know when I was in high school, we wouldn't have had an extra jersey laying around.
Well, I know still the thing that's so impressive here in Seneca Falls to me is when you look in the stands, you see all the young boys and girls wearing the number 5 Mynderse jersey.
It is impressive, Dave,
As Miller misses the free throw on the second try, but they got the rebound. The long 3 by Case is no good.
Nice look.
Livonia the other way, down a pair, 32-30. Halfway through quarter number 3. This one has all the makings, as Matt had mentioned a couple of minutes ago, of coming down to the wire. Maybe even an extra frame involved with the way it's been going. Although Mynderse has done a better job so far of shutting down the inside play of Livonia. Here's a nice move as I say that, and the foul. Morgan Hyde draws the personal, will shoot a pair. And I'd be anxious to see this game on video replay.
Yeah, it looks like they got Tilton with that foul, which would have been Schaefer's third. They're both battling down there, and sending Hyde back to the line. She's been quiet, Dave, since the first quarter, really. You
got to appreciate Karen Schuster's efforts, instructing, teaching all the time.
Yeah, just listening to her over here. I like listening to her during timeouts. She really knows when to get on her players and when to encourage them, and you can just tell how they obviously respect her a great deal, and giving everything they have right now.
And 1 out of 2 as Hyde makes the second after missing the first, and it's a 1-point game.
And Livonia is going to have to get her going.
What a
again.
feed, Schaefer. And trying to go reverse and not connecting was Tilton, but she was fouled and will shoot a pair.
That
nice
was one where,
pass.
it was a great play, but I don't think Tilton was going to make that layup. She was trying to reverse it, and luckily drew the foul. She has more 3-point baskets than 2-point baskets for the year.
I want to congratulate our sometimes broadcast partner. Very happy, I'm sure, with the Syracuse victory, Kevin Korzaneski over Duke last week.
Yeah, he's been a little quiet. I haven't heard much from him. He's been down in Florida, so it's been a nice break kind of, Dave,
There's all kinds of breaks, and that's one that we'll take. 2 out of 2, Tilton connects from the free throw line, 34-31, Mynderse by 3. And Maddie Herzog with it. Impressive point guard for Karen Schuster's Livonia team. Dishes off, corner, shot, missed badly, hits the top of the backboard, and will go the other way. This is a danger time for the visiting, traveling Livonia team. It's only a 3-point deficit, but Mynderse and there's steps. Yep. Sarah Schaefer.
Yeah, just ran before she dribbled. Kind of an unforced error there, but Livonia kind of buying some time with some of their second-string players in here.
Everybody but Herzog appears well, and then they
got
bad
Hyde
pass
still in there, yeah.
Goes out of bounds. Schuster looks down her bench and said, "Here we go."
Apparently they can fall apart at times.
Or as Jackie Gleason would say, and away we go. 34-31, under 3, third quarter, double team and a steal, and a reach-in foul. Yep, trail official had to guess on that. He couldn't have seen it, but he guessed right.
Yeah.
It was a foul.
And he seems to be making more calls than the other ref over here from what I've noticed. This other ref's been a little quiet, I think.
So Herzog, the tireless point guard who's had 3 trifectas tonight. Snyder stops and pops. Bang.
That was Connor.
Connor, yep, looked at the wrong.
The freshman. And she just threw one over the backboard last time. So, good credit to her for having the confidence to take another shot being a freshman.
34-33. Mynderse for 3, won't go. Miller's with a strong rebound and gets tied up. Brought the ball down low.
Yeah. It's the age-old adage. The big girl brought it down, and, one of the little ankle biters went down and grabbed it from her.
In our Dr. Littlejohn postgame show, we will hope to have an interview for you. We'll see how this one winds down. Long way to go. Still in the third quarter at the 2:15 mark. 1-point game. Livonia with it. Herzog dribbling out of trouble back out front.
And Hannah Brown-Trice is really, really playing her hard now.
Donnelly, shot won't go. Rebound off the leg of Tilton, I believe.
Yeah, good battle down there by Hyde. Kind of had it, and Tilton knocked it away, but went off her leg.
Looking to inbound, still hasn't got it in, then they do. Want the offense set up. You can hear Karen Schuster barking out instructions. Mynderse has closed off that inside game in the third quarter quite a bit. Dribbling through the lane, hacked in the act by Miller was Audrey Minton, and she'll go the line shooting 2.
I thought, Miller got a little bit lazy there. Just kind of reached in and didn't move her feet.
And a strong move by the sophomore off the bench.
You heard Coach Schuster saying attack. They want to get it in that short corner and then drive the middle and, look to draw fouls, which is exactly what they just did.
If I had $1 for every time then Coach Dave Farney hollered attack, I'd have a bundle.
Yeah.
I remember that from the same vantage point. It just struck me.
And, you got to go hard. And they do.
1 out of 2, and we're knotted at 34. 34 is running wild. And what a move by Mynderse, but the shot is missed as Hannah Brown-Trice, and we got steps called the other way.
Wow.
Had broken the ankles of the defender down there with her move practically.
Yeah, I didn't think that was steps on her, though. I thought that might have been another foul on Miller, but, ref had to travel beforehand.
Good crowd, good game from Mynderse. Deep pass and getting back defensively and bothering it was the Livonia player Morgan Hyde, and it goes out of bounds off Miller. And now full court pressure by the Blue Devils. Livonia up court. Connor. This is Herzog. She gets hacked. A reach-in foul. Not a good play.
That's going to put them to the line.
And I'd be surprised if Herzog is not a good foul shooter.
Yeah, she's a good three-point shooter, as we've seen, having 3 threes made already in this game. But, this is in a game like this, you don't want to give them points.
Nail-biting time for Livonia and Mynderse as Herzog makes the first free throw, getting her into double figures. The 5'5" senior point guard.
Really good ball handler, and they expect a lot out of her. They give her the ball and expect her to pretty much break the press by herself, and she's usually able to do it.
That's 5 straight points for Livonia. She makes both free throws. Near steal. Miller with it out front. Pass around the perimeter. Open three-pointer is going to be short and saved. Miller has it up strong. Doesn't get the roll, but she does get the foul, and she'll shoot a pair. The Truth, the captain, wearing jersey number 34, Heidi Miller.
That was, Barnett came up short on the 3 and fouled her shot and was able to get it and make a nice pass to Heidi, who took it in and got fouled.
2 shots with just under a minute to play, third quarter, 36-34. First one, good.
I still think if Mynderse is going to pull this out, they're going to have to knock down at least 2 or 3 more of their 3-point shots.
Well, they had that little period of time earlier in the quarter, Matt, where it looked like they were more in sync with their shots. The last couple were kind of forced, I thought. And nothing but the bottom of the net by Miller. Fine form on those free throws, and we're knotted at 36. Double team, in trouble, getting rid of it. Here comes Livonia, and a jump ball. Good call. I thought the official might bite on the reach-in, but Miller had her hand clearly on the ball.
Quick. I didn't think it was a foul or a jump ball. I just thought, let them play on a little bit.
Good observation.
But, and that was Hyde on the drive, so anytime you can stop her while she's driving, it's a bonus for Mynderse. We've seen her take it to the hole several times and score.
We're tied at 36. Mynderse with the ball. 30 seconds left in the period.
Case.
Bang!
2.
Case
Just a 2.
with a deep 2 from the top of the key. Pressure and a near steal. Here comes Livonia the other way, and a quick timeout by Karen Schuster wanting to set something up for the end of this period. 19.2 seconds left. A timeout on the court. We'll keep it right here. Again, remind our listening audience, lots of basketball action coming your way, Section 5 style on Finger Lakes 1 next week. We have Geneseo and Lions, East Rochester versus Calmum. Those games to be played. 6 o'clock would be the starting of the first game at the games to be played at Bloomfield.
Then Wednesday is the B semis as well, where the seeds have held true. You got number 1 Mynderse, as we talked about, playing number 4 Early College, and number 2 Newark gets number 3 Livonia. So a lot of chalk in that bracket. And really, should be 2 great games. With Mynderse has the early game that evening, so should be a good night of basketball.
And a busy week, and one of the favorite times of the year for the broadcast crew, Jim Senecropi, yourself, Kevin, and others. Again, I want to credit Jason Hunt, who's on camera today, so that people may be able to view this game possibly even late tonight, I'm not sure, but certainly by tomorrow. And stay tuned to Finger Lakes 1 as well for updates on Upstate Hoops and Upstate Orange broadcast. Syracuse with a riveting victory. I think that was Wednesday night, I believe. It was just an awesome, thrilling victory for the Orange.
Big win, hopefully it gets them in the tournament. Louisville tomorrow, Georgia Tech next weekend. I think Georgia Tech's a game they're going to have to win. But good game here. I'm
hoping they're in, and I hope they send them west, Matt, because I'll be at those games.
Perfect.
And look at Herzog against pressure, dribbling out of trouble. 8 seconds left in the quarter. They need to make something happen. 5 seconds left. Inside and losing the ball out of bounds with 0.7 seconds. Karen Schuster can't believe there wasn't a foul called. She may have a point.
Yeah, I thought Dole maybe fouled.
And, the buzzer didn't go off. Yeah. The official had already blown his whistle. But more whistles, more points by both teams. 38-36 after 3. Mynderse in front by just 2.
This live presentation of Section 5 postseason basketball is brought to you thanks to the continued support of Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. And Therascar, a dye-free, fragrance-free, medical-grade product that improves the appearance of scars and aids in the treatment of cuts, burns, acne, eczema, and psoriasis. Learn about the benefits of Therascar at 5starmedicalcorp.com. And Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team, who share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod online at littlejohnortho.com.
(38-36), Mynderse by just a bucket. 8 minutes of basketball at least left here. Quarterfinal action from Seneca Falls. The higher seeded team earns that home court to start off sectional play. Matt, nail-biting time for both teams and their fans.
Yeah, obviously neither team too comfortable here, but Mynderse gets the ball here. No, Livonia ball, down 2. So it should be a great fourth quarter.
We got Morgan Hyde on the court along with Vanessa Galbraith, Herzog, Hannah Donnelly, and I'm missing one. But anyway, down 2. Morgan Hyde, if I didn't mention her before. She has the basketball right now. Bottled up, inside pass, batted around, and knocked out of bounds. It'll be Livonia ball underneath their own basket. Down 2. 7:40 remaining.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Livonia underneath out of bounds.
For Mynderse on the defense. We'll give you those players in a second. The shot too hard off glass, and here come the Blue Devils. Madison Barnett, the sophomore. She has it. Miller. They go right corner. That's Hannah Brown-Trice. HBT loops it over the basket. The pass, and it connected, but then lost.
Schaefer got it blocked.
As Schaefer shot deflected, blocked, as you said. And the other player out there is Mary Dole for the Blue Devils. Driving to the lane, and with that extra Euro step, the pretty move by Hyde, and the score knotted for I don't know how many times tonight, or this afternoon, 38 apiece. Inside feed, doesn't get the roll. That's Mary Dole.
She's a sophomore.
Oh, they called it
travel.
Called it travel. I thought she was going to go to the line. So now Livonia with a chance to take the light. Boy, that's a foul you just don't make.
And I think, and Mynderse has been very physical with these Livonia girls, and Jerry, Coach Anderson wasn't complaining about the call because, Hannah Brown-Trice and Schaefer have both been very physical with the star players for Livonia tonight.
I got to think they're trying to wear that point guard down.
Yeah.
So far, no dice on that. And I think Herzog may have been smart enough to slow down on her dribble to draw the contact. Here's driving again, that step. She looked to pass. That was Lockwood that time.
I think Miller's gotten away with a couple of reaches, too. I thought that might have been a foul. Ref had a good look at it. Didn't think it was.
Well, they have several girls inside Livonia about the same. They look a lot alike.
Yeah, and and they're young. That's what surprised me. They had 3 freshmen on the floor for long stretches tonight. So, their best 2 players are junior and senior, but things are looking bright for Livonia in the future.
38 apiece, 6:15 remaining, fourth quarter. Mynderse dangerous pass and then knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Blue Devil ball.
And I have an update from Hornell, I believe. Hornell's up 46-30 on Newark, so it looks like the winner of this is going to get Hornell on Tuesday night. I believe that game will be.
The Red Raiders. And then a bad pass picked off by Herzog. It had been intended inside for Miller. She had no chance. Herzog bouncing off to Donnelly. Inside feed up and in by Vanessa Galbraith, and a quick timeout. As listen to the Livonia crowd, inspired here, leading by 2, 40-38 with 5:54 remaining.
Yeah, great game. And, I think Mynderse got to start moving their feet. Miller's reaching a little bit. And this Livonia team, when they smell anything near that basket, they put their head down, they go hard. And Mynderse got to step in, maybe take a charge or at least get in position to block a shot and not just reach with their arms.
Mynderse boys won 61-51 last night. Early College beat Hornell boys 66-50. Newark over Mid Lakes in a game covered on Finger Lakes 1, 64-50. And Livonia by a point over Penn Yan, 37-36. So right here, 5:54 remaining. I'm Dave Barnick along with Matt Verkey, Jim Sinacropi, and again, camera work being done by Jeremy Hunt. This game is most, if not all, of the Finger Lakes 1 games will be available for viewing at our listeners and the viewers' discretion whenever they please. So I would think one thing Jerry's saying, listen, relax. If the shot's there, take it. Yes, we want Heidi to get it inside, but don't force the bad pass. And don't give up anything inside to them. We bottled them up earlier this half. Let's do the same. Miller, good defense, finds the open teammate who connects inside. And that was, once again, Haley Case on a nice feed from Miller. Unselfish pass.
Yeah, very, they good poise there.
We were tied at 38. Now we're tied at 40. We were tied after, could have been travel. What do we got?
3 seconds maybe? I'm not sure. I think they called 3 seconds on Livonia.
Bringing the ball up court, driving to the lane, getting ridden, so that basket will not count had it went in.
They got a carry on Case.
Oh.
She pinned it on her hip a little bit, and ref was right on top of it.
I thought she was
probably the right call. Mynderse continues to apply a lot of pressure on Livonia, and I can't say how many times Herzog has done a nice job. She's got to be getting tired, but Hannah Brown-Trice has been chasing her around all game.
Even if you were tired in some respects, would you ever admit it when you played, man?
Not to the coach.
Knocked out of bounds. Again, your point from a minute ago, Miller that time got away with another reach-in, I think.
She's been not really sliding her feet and reaching a lot, and I think it's going to catch up to her here eventually.
Although not a lot of fouls have been getting called throughout the game. That's sort of been
And I also feel, Dave, like Livonia's like a player away from being really, really good because, Mynderse isn't even guarding a couple of their players, and they're just guarding the three big ones for them.
Hyde with it, open underneath and laying it up and in is Sydney Lockwood.
Freshman.
The freshman gives Livonia another lead, 42-40, 4.5 remaining. After 3 in Ovid, South Seneca leading by 10, 32-22. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Herzog. Her coach.
Oh, I don't know how she got through there.
With double teamed Herzog. Her coach, she couldn't see her coach. She was trying to tell her take it easy, but she was double teamed. She had to pay attention to the assembly line there. Livonia. 8 on the shot clock. Bottled up. Good defense by Miller. Bounce pass forced inside. Turnaround jumper. No. Rebound up. Yes.
The freshman again. Lockwood.
Lockwood with 2 consecutive buckets and 4 points. Seems like a big lead right now the way this has been back and forth this quarter. 44-40. 3:40 remaining. Mynderse needs to settle. Good possession. Long 3. No, it's an air ball. Herzog with a rebound and a jump ball called. And a break for Mynderse there. If
Livonia gets
Livonia possession.
And
I don't, Herzog, I think maybe tiring out the Mynderse players.
I think she is. She's been the Energizer bunny rabbit here all night.
Could have been steps there. Here's a steal
by Schaefer.
Schaefer with a good play. Dribbling, double team, needs help. Gets rid of it to Miller. Looking. Goes down low. They need to reset. Trailing by 4. 3:15 remaining. Inside Miller. Turnaround off glass. Got hacked in the act. No call. And here come Livonia. They're called the Bulldogs, and Herzog plays like one. And what do we got? A timeout? Wow, they're letting them play, Matt.
It's been physical. A lot of reaching, a lot of physical game when they're taking the ball out of the hole. And you just heard Coach Schuster telling Herzog she's got to go get the ball. And no time to be tired at this point in the game. 3 minutes to go. 44-40. Livonia leads. So
the number 1 seed Mynderse Academy Blue Devil ladies playing at home. Their hands are full and then some. Livonia leading 44-40. And South Seneca only up by 10 after 3 quarters against Avon at home. Although I say only 10, I'm sure Mynderse would love to switch scenarios.
Sure.
But it goes to show how the differences in leagues that sometimes you're not aware of.
And last year, you always look at South Seneca. They won states last year. Obviously got a great team. But, Mynderse beat them last year. They had some losses last year, to some other teams. And it's not easy to go back-to-back. Everybody knows you're good. They're going to give you the best shot. And, Avon, I'm sure, playing a scrappy, tough game tonight. And sticking around, obviously, still like South Seneca's chances of advancing there. But, and here we go. We got Livonia ball on the sideline with a 4-point lead.
And Livonia, this is a big defensive stop, and they get it with a turnover. Good hustling, quick hands by Mynderse.
Real sloppy by Livonia there.
Schaefer,
huge turnover.
Schaefer does a lot of things not showing up necessarily in the stat line, and she created that steal. Stop and pop, bang! Hannah Brown tries with a huge bucket from the baseline.
And for Livonia, that was Hyde on the turnover. One of the better players last time who just kind of fell asleep. She had the angle to the basket and then pulled it out.
And what do we got?
5 seconds, closely guarded. Double dribble.
2.5 minutes left. Jerry Anderson has been trying to wear down the impressive point guard who's played, I believe, every single second of this game.
Yeah, and I don't remember her having a turnover until then.
Still down 2, but with the basketball. Mynderse.
I look for Mynderse to hit a corner 3 here. Livonia's playing this 1-3-1. It's real scattered in the
Miller gets the roll off the back iron from about 6 feet on the right side. And with 2:10 remaining, we're tied at 44. We have been tied at 38, 40, and 44. Here comes Livonia trying to answer. Driving to the lane, slap, no whistle. And Livonia will retain possession. Karen Schuster burning up the calories on the sideline.
You know, you try to teach your kids not to reach, and that's what we see a lot of from Mynderse here tonight. And it's getting a little lucky, I think, with some of these calls.
Hyde inbounds, looks for her point guard, and she gets it to Donnelly and then
5
to
seconds.
Herzog. 1:50 remaining, 5 on the shot clock. Stopping in the lane, throws up a runner, swish! Morgan Hyde.
And really took her time. You know, Miller had her hand on the ball, and she kind of reset and threw it up there kind of two-handed, and it went in.
Minute and a half remaining in this one, in regulation, I should say. Miller inside, laid up. Oh, no! There was contact, and I think partially deflected. Scramble, bodies on the floor. Button, who's got the button? And we got a jump ball. It's a matter
Mynderse
of
ball.
possession.
I think it's Mynderse ball. Be underneath out of bounds.
1:22 remaining. Mynderse down 2, but with the basketball as they assist the players using their sneakers to dry up the
It was awfully
perspiration.
physical down there in that possession. First, thought maybe Miller might have got fouled when she missed the first layup, and then Livonia got the ball, and it was just an all-out scrum on the floor.
She probably did get fouled. We've seen enough on our end of
Yeah,
the court
no, yeah, you
that
can't
haven't been
complain.
getting called either
No doubt
way.
about that. You got to finish. That's one that I'm sure she would like to have back. You got to finish those.
They loop it out deep to Hannah Brown-Trice. The effort by both teams. That shot no good by Miller. Scramble for it. Who's got it? Loose ball. Livonia. Up by 2 in the basketball. Important, huge defensive sequence here. And 10-second violation, and the shot clock did read 19. I got to think Miss
Huge
Herzog.
turnover. Huge turnover.
Yeah, she really has been tested, and now we got a timeout on the court. We'll keep it right here, 46-44. Want to thank all our many sponsors bringing you high school sports, high school basketball, Section 5 style. We have the number 1 seed, Finger Lakes East champion, Mynderse Academy Blue Devils, down a bucket with just 1:05 to play.
Yeah, and, Livonia there, they had the ball. They had trouble getting it to Herzog. So, the 10 seconds was counting. Then she got it, and Mynderse kind of had 2 girls shadowing her because I'm not sure they knew which one was guarding her, and ended up working out, and they got a 10-second call, down 2, 1:05 to go. And, really, I think Mynderse kind of lucky right now. They Livonia's had some turnovers here lately. We saw, Hyde had a turnover a few possessions ago. So look for Mynderse to look to enter in the Heidi Miller again. She needs to get her balance and go up strong. I think she's been out a little bit off balance on these last couple shots. But, look for Mynderse, maybe do a little high-low. But, I guarantee Heidi Miller's going to touch the ball. Or, it might be time for a corner 3.
One thing, hats off to both teams, 110% effort by both squads. And we said it several times in the first half. Livonia Bulldogs not wanting to let that defense of their state championship slip away. They're fighting like Bulldogs.
Yeah, my 11-year-old daughter asked me, what's defending state champion mean? And I said, until somebody beats them, they're the defending state champion, which is what we see here tonight. And, they obviously have the heart of the champion. Their hustle and determination's been great tonight.
Up to Livonia, but Mynderse with the basketball trying for the tie. A three-pointer would give them the lead. They're on the perimeter with Haley Case, top of the key. Uses upper dribble, down low, open player, yes, off the glass and good. Hannah Brown-Trice ties it again at 46. Man-to-man defense. Trice all over Herzog out front, 15 on the shot clock. 35 on the game clock. Will they call a timeout? They're down to 10 on the shot clock. They get it over to Hyde, and we got a whistle and a foul.
Now, it finally caught up to Mynderse, that physical play. And it's too bad because I think there's only 5 seconds on the shot clock. But, it's not that big a deal because they're not shooting. But Livonia can hold for the last shot here.
I would. If nothing pops up early, I'd call a timeout with maybe 12 seconds left. Can they get it in bounds? Livonia wanted the timeout as Schuster was afraid they wouldn't get it inbounds. Now with 20 seconds left, tied at 46. Spread out on the court, Herzog, the point guard.
Calling overtime, Dave.
Dribbling. Mynderse hoping for overtime. We got a timeout. 10-4, good buddy. 10.4 seconds left on the clock. Dave Barnick, Matt Verkey, Jim Sinacropi. And again, this game can be viewed tomorrow and beyond as wished.
I tell you what,
Jeremy
Dave, on
Hunt.
that last inbounds play,
Jason Hunt.
if Hannah Brown-Trice just turned around, she could have stole that pass, the inbounds pass, and probably gone for a layup. But she was face guarding Herzog, and Herzog came up with a huge catch. And I don't know if I like that timeout there by Coach Schuster. Not that I'm one to question, her 30 years of experience, but I think Livonia might have trouble getting the ball in bounds here. They've struggled to get the ball
on the
in
last
bounds.
occasion.
They had it set up perfectly. Herzog had it at the top. I would have just gone into a pick and roll of some sort and attacked and taken the last shot. Because now you never know if you can get the ball in bounds here.
Mynderse again. Human nature will have them thinking that they're the favorite, if not prohibitive favorite, then at least a significant favorite coming into the day's game. As
the other thing to think about is Mynderse has fouls to give. So if they're driving, bump them, foul it, take it out of bounds. As long as it's not a shooting foul, you can make, you see Syracuse do it a lot. Sometimes I don't think they use it correctly all the time, but they got fouls to give. So a reach, they can be super aggressive because, a reaching foul is not really going to hurt you here.
Again, if you're just checking in with us, it's 46-all with 10.4 seconds left. Livonia, we've had leads at 38, 40, 44, and 46 this period. We're at 46-all now. Livonia has the ball on their side of the court. So you hope it's not on a silly foul that the game is decided one way or the other. And as I had mentioned a couple times earlier, this game had the feel of a possibility of an extra frame.
Now, last time they went to the inbounder here.
They got Herzog with it over the timeline with 8 seconds left.
That's
and
fine.
A foul.
That's fine.
Now there's 6.7 seconds left.
They still got fouls to give.
That's their third team foul. And then we have a substitution, probably to give a foul if needed. Mary Dole comes back in the game.
And Mary's going to foul her as soon as she gets it, I'm guessing.
I'm surprised they don't have some other play down deep. Driving to the lane, they try to hack her.
That's all right.
They probably could have called about 3 fouls in that 4-second sequence. It's 1.9. I'm surprised that Coach Schuster didn't have some sort of the old picket fences, you might say, play. But, again, maybe not wanting to risk a crazy pass. We have another timeout on the court.
The other thing, when Schuster called that timeout, allowed Coach Anderson to tell his girls to foul. Because I don't know if they would have if not instructed to, if they're aware of the situation. But, good job by Mynderse here. Good strategy, I think, by the coaching staff to give a couple fouls. But the next one, if they foul here, it's 2 shots.
The other thing, Matt, which is interesting, if that clock is right, the scoreboard says no team fouls by Livonia.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
46 apiece, now 1.9 second left in this quarterfinal matchup. I'm enjoying this one, Jack, Jim.
You're going back there a little bit with Jack. But the winner's looks like they're going to be playing Hornell. And, we just learned Livonia split with Hornell during the season. So, obviously, Hornell, a pretty capable team, I'm sure. And I think Hornell won pretty easily over Newark. I know at one point it was late in the fourth quarter. It was 46-30. So, the winner of this is going to have another formidable opponent in the Hornell Red Raiders.
The Red Raiders are prolific on the football field for many, many years down in the southern tier. And obviously having a big day today on the basketball court. Just 1.9 seconds left, Matt. Can Livonia get a shot off? They're inbounding underneath their own basket. Will they loop it into the big girl? And a Mynderse timeout this time. Jerry wanted to see Coach Jerry Anderson.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised there. It looked like Hyde for Livonia, who has she got 16, 17 points tonight probably, was going to take it out. She's somebody I'd try to get her the ball, but maybe, Coach Schuster trusts her taking the ball out of bounds and make the correct pass. And, she's killed Mynderse all night long. Very physical girl, strong, and if I'm Livonia, I might be trying to get the ball to her, but it looked like she was going to take it out. So let's see what Coach Herzog draws up here.
Why wouldn't you just loop it into the tall girl? As tough as a player as Hannah Miller is, Heidi Miller, you would think the other girl is much taller.
Yeah.
And Miller also doesn't want to send her to the foul line.
True.
So a little alley-oop pass and take your chances.
Maybe Mynderse goes and commits a foul trying to steal it. But lob it. If you're Livonia, lob it up, have her grab it and go up strong and, hope to either if you don't make the shot, look to draw a foul.
And, of course, I go back right here in front of us in the first quarter. Miller with that heads-up play actually purposely inbounded it off the back of a Livonia player and got the basketball and put it back in for two. 1.9 seconds left in regulation, tied at 46. Looking, no alley-oop. There it is, open inside. The shot is blocked. Overtime. Sarah Schaefer with a season-saving block. And it was a good block. Although Schuster's lobbying for the foul, it was a good block, but they were lucky, Matthew.
She was, you can't draw it up any better than that. I didn't see exactly how she got so open, but she caught the ball and was wide open, and Schaefer recovered. And it looked like she got
a hold of
the majority of the ball.
Get a hold of Corsi. He's our union rep. Time and a half for overtime as they put 4 minutes on the board. We are tied at 46.
I'm not sure what happened. I did see Mary Dole fell down, and I don't know if that led to that girl being wide open.
I thought Schaefer for sure was going to foul the Livonia player who had a step on her inside.
I wish we had our replay video up right now that we could check that out again. But great play and even better defensive play by Sarah Schaefer. Really saved their season, obviously, with that block because that was Vanessa Grailbuth, the 5'10" freshman who had the ball. Maybe could have went up a little bit stronger, but great play by Schaefer.
And we have a final from Ovid. South Seneca defeats Avon 47-31. So maybe not scoring as many points as that high-powered offense would like to get. Physical game. I thank Joe Brewer for sending me those scores. As we go to overtime here in Seneca Falls, I'm not sure who the overtime favors, but you got to say the pendulum swung back a little bit to Mynderse because there was disadvantage Mynderse for the last 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah, and I think going in this overtime, both teams are feeling all right. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Mynderse is happy to get there, and Livonia probably feels a little snake bit after the inbounds play that where they had a point blank shot at it and it didn't go in.
Now the team foul situation, is certainly favors the Bulldogs.
Yeah. And especially with as aggressive as Mynderse have played, I look for Livonia to be taking a couple foul shots here.
Gail Braith will jump against Miller. Miller controls the tap. We are tied at 46. Brand new game. 4 minutes on the clock. An extra frame from Seneca Falls. A great crowd on hand representing both schools. Driving, stopping, popping, not hitting. Rebound fought for. Miller had it for a moment, but Livonia came away with it. But then a steal on the double team. Haley Case back and forth now with HBT. Swish! Case with a big trifecta, her second of the game.
And really, when Herzog doesn't have it for Livonia, they're vulnerable for steals. You see they just kind of gave it away a couple times there.
Trying to answer, good move in the lane. The teardrop won't go, but the rebound, Livonia, and now a foul. Both coaches very animated, especially Karen Schuster nearest us. But Jerry also getting into it a little bit, although a fairly calm demeanor by the Mynderse head man. Who's calmer, Jerry Anderson or Patrick Prain?
I think Jerry is. He doesn't get too excited over there usually. He believes in what they do. He feels he's prepared, and he kind of relies on that.
Although at this moment in time, since it's Jerry's team, probably Patrick. And the first free throw missed by Morgan Hyde. A terrific sectional game here in Seneca Falls today. I was expecting it to be somewhat competitive. We did not necessarily expect overtime. And missing two that could have went, but they both rolled out.
In and out, yeah. Two good-looking free throws, just wasn't able to hit them. Get the roll.
The difference.
Both I thought were going in.
The difference right now, the Haley Case trifecta, trying for another one, not getting it, but the deep rebound by Mynders. Here's Case again. Doesn't get it, an air ball. May have forced that one up, but Mynders comes away with another opportunity. But
here we go. See, now they're going to get 2 free throws again.
And that stops the clock, of course.
It's a little scary for Mynders, as aggressive as they've been. Every time they commit a foul, it's send Livonia to the line for 2 shots. Obviously, it worked out last time when Hyde missed them both, but obviously they're going to knock down a couple of these, I'd have to imagine.
Lockwood at the line, the 5'8" freshman. High arcing shot, just catches the front iron.
I hear you.
Yes, Karen Schuster came right down to our corner saying they're free throws for a reason. They're free, and she misses 2. That's 4 consecutive misses. And that's what she's saying. They're free for a reason. You got to make them.
And, so far the foul situation has helped Mynders, sending them to the line for 4 misses.
Mynders on the perimeter. Open 3-ball. Tilton. No, in and out. Rebound Miller. Head fake. Throws it up. No. She got really hit hard. And they're letting them play at the Falls.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if that was a foul or not. She
I
was
thought
kind
before
of
she went up with a head fake.
It looked like it was ball up top. She's got to finish those.
49-46 Mynders. Another chance. Tilton again.
Wow.
Air ball.
She's a great shooter, too, and she's just not even coming close.
And here's a foul on Mynders, which will, again, this time send Morgan Hyde to the line. She missed the first 2 shots of the overtime. And Jerry Anderson, if he's calmer, he's quite a bit out on the court right now, Matt.
Yeah, and I think you might want to think about getting Maddie Barnett in. Tilton's not hitting. I think Maddie's a little bit better ball handler, a little quicker. Might be a better defender. And, try something different.
First shot, swish. That time, form looked good. The shot successful.
Yeah, and, Hyde really, her first 2 she missed, rolled around and out. She's got a nice-looking foul shot for the junior.
Second shot. Good. 1-point game.
And here comes Maddie Barnett.
Good call, Matt Verkey. Jerry Anderson coaching the girls. Pat Prain, class of 92, will be coaching the boys Wednesday night against Early College. And Finger Lakes 1 will have all the action. 49-48. Mynders with the ball, up a point.
Livonia sticking with that zone they played most of the night.
Inside looping pass to Case. Oh, no, and she'll go to the foul line, though. That's the difference. Her trifecta to start the scoring in the overtime.
And she's had some, I talked about earlier, Geneva at home, I was here, and she made 4 or 5 threes, had 19 points. She's been steady for them all year. She's one girl, she's always under control. Good shooter, misses the free throw there.
You put the old jinx on her, man. Yeah. Although she has 10 points all in the second half.
Yeah, exactly 2 minutes. Mynders up 1 with a free throw coming. Really, as you said, been a great game all around. Very physical game, but pretty well played.
That shot looked good all the way and was good.
Now, Mynders got to be careful not to foul here. They've really been physical, and, Livonia's been living at the free throw line here. Luckily, it hasn't really hurt Mynders too much.
Living on her dream. Herzog with it. She actually had a chance to get a little breather there with the foul shots and the stoppage of play. She has the ball back as her teammate was bottled up and
on the line.
And the Livonia fans right in front of the play said, what?
Thought maybe a little body on that one, but really nowhere to go. And Herzog, one thing I will say, she hasn't had a clean look since the second quarter. They've been really all over her.
Double team out front, 1:30 remaining in the overtime. Mynderse with the ball up to Miller, stop and pop, no. Her own rebound, batted away. Who's got it? Case, no. Rebound, scramble for 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies on the floor. 2 by each team.
And
possession arrow, Livonia.
Livonia caught a little break there. The ball hit the bottom of the foam and kind of caromed, or Mynderse was going to grab it. But Mynderse applying full court pressure here. And again, they just got to be careful about, they're really, really being physical with the Livonia point guard, Herzog. And, you don't want
to. Are they going to get it in, Matt? Are they going to get it in? They did not get it in. Matt, I thought Mynderse on the previous offensive possessions had great looks. They just couldn't get it up to the hole.
Yeah, Heidi Miller, she struggled to finish tonight. And, on that play there, Livonia was trying so hard to get it to Herzog. By the time Galbraith flashed, she was wide open, but they saw her a little bit late. And big turnover for Livonia, down 2 with 1:17 to go.
1:17 in overtime. Mynderse has the ball back. They'll inbound underneath their own basket. Leading by 2, 50-48. South Seneca in Class C has already won earlier, or a game that started at the same time in Ovid, and taking nothing away from the 5th and 6th graders from Mynderse with a big victory today in Interlaken.
It was a good game by the 5th and 6th grade travel team.
There's something that happens to normally reserve. Sometimes people know a lot about hoops, sometimes they don't. But if you're a parent or a grandparent, there's a switch that frequently goes on. Am I right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I coach my daughter, and sometimes I feel like I might be a little hard on her, but hopefully she learns to take the criticism. But they got a nice little team. But, 2-point game and that turnover by Livonia, is that's going to come back to haunt them if they end up losing this game. Down 2 with the ball and can't get the ball in bounds against the Mynderse pressure.
Kind of hate to see either team lose a game like this where they fought so hard.
Yep.
That's a cliche, but it's true. Inside, Miller, swish! What a pretty pass inside. Schaefer waited, looked, found Miller, and she connected. Driving, Herzog, double teamed, in trouble, bottled up. Do they have a timeout left? They lose the basketball.
Livonia fans are going nuts. They wanted the foul call there. I think if you're Livonia, you got to start fouling now. They got 4 to give.
And down 4 points with under a minute to play, 50 seconds. She's got to get after them. Only one team foul. 3-point bomb. No good, but the land put in by the hero, Haley Case. The lead at 6 now in the overtime, and a steal, and then the frustration foul from an exhausted Maddie Herzog, who's played just a terrific game.
No, they got Case on the foul.
They did, okay.
Really a terrible call. I mean, she picked her clean, and then Herzog fouled her, but I think maybe...
Well, the call came a second or two late, too, so I thought it went the other way.
That was game, set, and match in my mind. Haley Case was going to go down for a wide-open layup, and ref kind of came in and blew the whistle, said she fouled her, yeah.
So Herzog shooting a pair, gets the roll. And
but, that last possession by Mynderse, Manny Barnett fires up a 3, 10 seconds into the shot clock. Totally airballs it right to Haley Case, who lays it in. So it worked out, but I'm sure Coach Anderson, not the shot he's looking for.
2 out of 2 for Herzog. The lead, though, still 4 for Mynderse, and then the little push foul with 34 seconds left.
Yeah, they got 3 fouls to give, so they can be as aggressive as they want.
Wow. Yeah, that shot. Who shot that 3 by Mynderse?
Barnett.
The sophomore. It's like, oh no, and then it's like, oh yes, because Case was right there, weak side rebound. It was an air ball, and she put it off the window and in.
Really fortunate.
What a game.
And Livonia's got to match up here if they're going to foul.
And they're leaving the inbounder free. And Jerry Anderson calls a timeout. This has been a Ballantine blast.
As you said, a really good game, and a game that really could have gone either way. However this ends up, both teams with a a bunch of chances to win it. And you go back to, Livonia out of bounds, 1.9 seconds to go, wide open point blank look. Schaefer able to get in there and block it. You and I both thought it was clean.
I was thinking the same thing as you just said it now too, that you go back to that play when Schaefer saved the season, and now her fellow senior Case apparently coming through with heroics in the overtime scoring.
And a little surprising in that, Mynderse went man on that out-of-bounds play, instead of staying in the zone, and Livonia ran a beautiful play and got it wide open.
This game was tied at least 4 times in the final few minutes of the fourth quarter.
Barring a meltdown from the free throw line from Mynderse or a turnover here, I like Mynderse' chances. 54-50, 32 seconds to go. Livonia still has another foul to give before Mynderse will shoot, so they can be super aggressive.
And they got to get after her. And, boy, that
wasn't a foul either. I don't know what these refs are calling.
The official anticipating the foul was going to be made.
But I don't know why
gave him a break.
And Coach Schuster's screaming at him the foul. I don't know what they're thinking. They're just allowing 3 seconds to go off the clock. They should be fouling, immediately.
Well, that's why
unless you got them trapped or something, maybe you want to go for a quick steal. But
so the next foul will put them to the line, Matt.
Yep, for 2.
And there's still almost 30 seconds left in this game, and a 4-point lead by Mynderse. And inbounding is Hannah Brown-Trice. They get it to Miller, and she gets hacked, and that's who they wanted to get the ball, I'm sure.
Yep.
She's had 17 so far today. She had not scored in the overtime, but she'll have an opportunity to shoot the 1-and-1 here.
And, I think she's a little fatigued. She hasn't finished in the second half like in overtime like she did in the first half.
Heidi Miller had to switch jerseys from her makes a critical free throw.
Solid, that was no question about it. Stepped up, knocked it down.
She'll have another. Hope you're enjoying the action, and we'll sit down and view it again tomorrow or at your leisure. Lots of basketball. 2 o'clock, the Orange play at Louisville. Tall task indeed, as Miller doesn't get that one. Rebound, and what do we got?
Timeout.
Timeout by Livonia, using all their timeouts. Down 5, 26.6 seconds. It sure looked dire for Mynderse. Down 44-40. I guess that was around the 2 or 3 minute mark of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, so much has happened here. It's tough to think back to some of the certain scores. End up being tied at 46 going into overtime, I believe. I think when Mynderse looks back at this, and I think, Mynderse, I think they're the better team. They just didn't really shoot it well tonight. I believe they only hit 2 3-pointers, maybe 3. And they probably attempted at least 20 to 25 threes, I'd have to guess. Tilton.
Well, Case had 2, and Tilton had 1.
But Tilton's probably 1 for 10. It would be my guess from the 3-point line tonight. And most of them haven't really even been close. But, she's been such a good shooter for Mynderse over the last couple of years. And Livonia's going to advance the ball here, which is a rule in girls basketball where you can advance it after a timeout.
A la the NBA.
And I like it. Gives you a chance, especially since they have a hard time making long passes and stuff like that. But, I like this rule. Livonia needs something awfully quick here, though.
I'm impressed with Karen Schuster and her Livonia squad again, clinging with just 26.6 seconds left. And I'm not sure what the issue is here.
I don't think they're saying Mary Dole didn't report properly to the scorer's table. So Haley Case back in.
Livonia clinging to that state championship they're defending and playing so hard and so well. But down by 5, they got to get a shot off. Driving to the lane, throwing up a runner. There was contact, no whistle. Scramble for the ball, lost out of bounds to Mynderse with just 17.8 seconds left. Again, Lockwood could easily have been sent to the line, or Hyde. I'm not sure which one. They look very much alike. Height, stature. One wears 11, one wears 12. They get it in bounds. They got to come up and foul. They don't.
Valuable seconds going off.
And now Miller is. Now they're not calling. I don't understand. They were trying to foul.
She called them off.
And
that was a 5-point game with 17 seconds to go, and they don't foul.
Herzog being almost too polite with the official, expecting the official who called it so quickly a moment ago.
Yeah, but once it got
should
down,
be it.
she, Coach Schuster said just forget it, and then they fouled, of course, and so this one's all over. 5-point lead, 5.3 seconds to go. Make it a 6-point lead. Hannah Brown-Trice knocks down the free throw.
She's got 13 in the game and a chance for her 14th point here. And Mynderse wasn't easy, for sure, but they'll advance.
They, I don't want to say they're lucky to get out of here, but they're lucky to get out of here with a win today.
14, both free throws made, 14 on the game for Hannah Brown-Trice. Driving, nice pass inside, layup won't go, but that's it. Heartbreaking loss for a game group of Livonia Bulldogs. We're both super impressed, but Mynderse kept at it.
Yeah, it was a gutsy performance from Mynderse, we'll put it that way. Not real clean, and they didn't shoot the ball extremely well, but they dug down and end up with a 57-50 win.
And I guess if I were to pick one girl to talk to, maybe Jerry Anderson, but Haley Case, who was the overtime hero, or anybody really. We'll be back. Talk it over.
This live presentation of Section 5 postseason basketball is brought to you thanks to the continued support of Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. And Therascar, a dye-free, fragrance-free, medical-grade product that improves the appearance of scars and aids in the treatment of cuts, burns, acne, eczema, and psoriasis. Learn about the benefits of Therascar at 5starmedicalcorp.com. And Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team, who share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod online at littlejohnortho.com. And by your local AFLAC representative, Joe Calarco. AFLAC, when life changes for you or a loved one, it can change everything, but AFLAC can help make sure the life you live is the life you never stop living. Learn more at aflac.com or contact Joe Calarco at 315-253-0495. And Red's Place, serving great lunches and dinners daily in downtown Seneca Falls. Awesome daily specials, homemade soups, and the best burgers and wings in Seneca County. Check out Red's Place on Facebook for their full menu and daily specials. Finger Lakes Construction is the #1 post frame builder in New York State, providing complete building packages for a wide range of construction, including personal, commercial, municipal, and agricultural. Visit them online at fingerlakesconstruction.com. Finger Lakes Partners, insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community with offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor. Visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Farrar Lumber has been delivering the highest quality service to area contractors and homeowners in the Finger Lakes since 1959. Start planning your next kitchen or bath remodeling project at farrarlumber.com. Next time you head out to see a movie, make it at the Omen Theater in downtown Lyons. You'll love relaxing in the modern renovated theater that has the old-fashioned charm and character the original house first opened in 1915. See what's playing this week at omentheater.com. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Stever's Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmer's Auto and Stever's Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. And Penny's Place Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large